Welcome back to another Minetest mod review. Today we are looking at the Sapling Spawn mod, which I had intended to do like a time-lapse kind of thing to kind of show what this mod does. And then I quickly realized that I was too lazy to do all the work to make that happen. So I just cheated and I changed some of the code to make this function run a lot faster than it normally would. So I suppose I should probably start with even saying what the mod does, which I feel like the name is a fairly good giveaway in that it spawns saplings. Let me see if I can't find someplace that's not maybe quite so full of trees, because I feel like there may be too many trees here for this mod to really do its thing. I don't actually know if it pays that much attention to the surroundings to know whether or not, there's already a ton of trees there. And this is going awfully horribly wrong. Why are there so many trees? So what the mod does is it looks at the ground and looks at trees surrounding it and picks a random tree from like a 15 node radius area and plops down a sapling for that. Here we go. Perfect. Kind of the edge of a wooded area. This is marvelous. So we have some apple trees, we have some pine trees. This will be perfect. So the mod will, in the modified state here that I have it in, oh, there we go. Every 24 seconds, it is placing some saplings. By default, the mod code actually, the ABM executes every 240 seconds, and there is a 1 in 2048 chance. And I changed that to every 24 seconds and a 1 in 20 chance, because ain't nobody got that kind of time to sit around and wait for stuff to show up. Now, the downside to the method that I chose to use instead of doing an actual legitimate time lapse is that the saplings still grow as slow as they ever would. So we're going to see a bunch of saplings showing up. So here we have an apple tree sapling. Over here we have an apple tree sapling. I see some pine tree saplings up here and some more here. Let me just turn back fly mode because it's just easier to look at this. So here we have some pine saplings, some more pine saplings, pine saplings, pine saplings. I mean, check it out. We already saw that pine sapling. And then we have normal apple tree saplings here. If we come down here, we will see more apple tree saplings. Technically default tree. Oh, the acacia spread too. Nice. So we've got some acacia tree saplings down here surrounding these acacia trees. And yeah, basically the saplings obviously will grow into trees, and then more saplings will spawn around those trees, assuming that nobody's been chopping them down, of course. And you will turn a spread out area of trees, a spot sparsely populated with trees will turn into a spot densely populated with trees. So currently, this has compatibility with Minetest game and its derivatives, anything from default. Extra biomes, more trees, Evernests, and more trees. Are those all? There's also compatibility for ethereal and mostly compatible, and the Evernest is mostly compatible. Which I'm assuming just means that some of those trees from those mods do not spawn this way, and some do. My guess would be, because this ABM that handles the tree spawning is looking at groups soil and groups tree, is that any trees that would grow on something that's not group soil, which I believe there are some, I forget what the biome's called in ethereal, but it's like this volcano biome kind of thing where there's like burnt out trees. I'm assuming those either A, don't even have saplings, which they probably don't because they're dead, or the ground is not in group soil, which would make sense for it to not to be because it's burnt soil. So it's not soil because it's burnt. And that's probably why it's only a partial compatibility. But this is handy for those times when you don't want to spend a ton of time planting trees, because everybody knows, so you need a lot of wood. And of course I'm just going to be punching it because I don't have tools. Oh, but I'm also in creative, so it doesn't even matter. Well, sweet. See, so now I just collected this wood, but now I really need to plant a new tree because I need more wood to grow. These leaves decay really fast. Nice. Oh, there's some more. Let me just keep collecting all of these so I can plant more trees and do all of this. I'm never going to run out because, again, I'm in creative, which I didn't realize. Oopsies. But that's fine. So the trees will just automatically spread out for you. Something, you know, that flowers do. That might actually be do the ferns spread? That might be in flowers. Let me what's the mod? We actually need to debug. I know this is just in default, so the ferns probably do not spread because the flowers are in a mod called flowers and they have a spreading method in there. I was going to say algorithm, but it's really not an algorithm. It's just a very basic, take a random flower in an area, check how many flowers total are in the area. If it's below a certain number, randomly within that area, place another one of those flowers. And more or less, that's how the whole tree thing here is working. We are looking at... Oh, you know what? I don't even have... I don't have that piece of code pulled up. But there is a maximum... So it looks like it'll do to about 3 to 4% of an area, but the area is also a cuboid, so there is elevation to it. But yeah, it will limit itself. So you won't have, you know, a tree with a tree growing right next to it and a tree growing right next to it. Just solid tree. Also, the amount of light matters as well. So like in a dense forest, jungles, most, I would say, if the light level is not above 13, which it might not be down here, actually, I don't know, a sapling wouldn't spawn there because it's too dark. But in this bright sunny area, a sapling would. I don't know if spawn's technically the right word, but one wouldn't be placed in the dark. So that aspect applies as well to help limit the amount, so you don't just have, you know, a gajillion trees that shouldn't really all exist. I feel like some of these acacias have grown. And now I see we have more spreading, which is handy dandy. Now, had I done this the right way and done a time lapse, you know, we could have seen the trees actually growing and everything. But I didn't feel like going in and changing the ABMs that handle the tree saplings and them growing into trees. Oh, hey, one just grew over there someplace, I think. But yeah, that's it. That's this way too long video on a super simple mod. As far as user-facing aspect of it, like it makes the tree spread. It does what it does. It kind of just runs in the back end, you know. It doesn't add any new craft, any things. But it does fill a needed void. A needed void? That would mean that the void is necessary. No, it does fill a void. Would probably be the correct way of saying that. Clearly, I'm not an English professor. Yeah, but that's going to be it. If you are interested in downloading this mod, I will have all of the links on my website, which will be linked in the video description. Otherwise, you can use the in-game content browser and just search for Sapling Spawn, and it'll pull right up, and you can install it that way. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.